I am in Jasper, Indiana, and today I'm seeing some things in this area. And my first stop today is one of my favorite folk art environments that I've ever been to, the Grotto of Geodes. This sprawling, handmade grotto was built in the 1960s by Father Tad Schusko. I think I butchered the name. And it is nothing but impressive. Also, much of the credit of this goes to Father Philip Otavi. I think he oversaw, directed, and contributed to the construction of this marvelous place. Here at the entrance by the street, they have some portals with some painted statuary. This stuff looks relatively new. It's probably not from the 60s. This is Our Lady of Guadalupe. Now the rock on this part is a little different. Looks like it might be some lava rock. And all the benches through here are also tile designs. Looks like there's some granite in there. So really cool. And from the entrance, you can walk over to the main part of the grotto. This was designed to be a version of the Lourdes Grotto. Lourdes, France being very important for the Catholic faith. And here's a little one in Jasper, Indiana, of all places. Since I was last here in 2017, the local hospital, which is right by here, got a hold of this place, and I believe they're restoring it, and it looks like they've done some work. I think that is new in some of these other pictures throughout the grotto. And there is the grotto. Now what's really amazing about the construction is that these cement walls have geodes embedded in them. I notice there's some medallion there. Looks like it's in German. A lot of German influence in this town. The guys who constructed this would have gotten geodes out of local creeks and embedded them in the cement. I theorize that this place may have taken some inspiration from some other similar folk art environments that were made, a lot of them in the 1930s. There's the Dickeyville Grotto in Dickeyville, Wisconsin. I've been there. There's also the Rudolph Grotto, the Grotto of the Redemption in West Bend, Iowa. That's pretty cool. So this one's later, so I think this may have taken some inspiration. These seem to be Stations of the Cross. Looks like they even set some lights up. Wonder if this is lit at night now. Along with all the geodes, there are some other little details placed in, like these column tops. That is just incredible. I'm always impressed by this place. Alright, this is the inner sanctum of the grotto, with a statue of the Virgin Mary at the center. The walls are entirely aligned with geodes. Now, probably my favorite thing about this room is the ceiling. Kind of looks like a cave-ish. I'm not sure what that's made out of, but really interesting colors. The base of the statue, made out of geodes of course, but looks like it has some Christmas decorations. There's a giant conch shell, tile of St. Peter's, oyster shell, and it is still an active grotto, and looks like people leave some messages. There's some holy water. Even the donation box has geodes. Yeah, very strange but very interesting ceiling. Does make it feel like a grotto. That's for sure. Here's another entrance to the grotto. I wonder if this was the original intended entrance. There's a whole other side of the grotto. It doesn't look like it's been restored as much. Appears to be a later addition. Even the flower pot structures of geodes are so cool. It's December, so everything's kind of dead. Now I presume this at one point was a fountain. I've never seen it run before. That's a geode fountain. There's a ship anchor on this one. Looks like this is an extension of the garden. Lots of flower pots. You have a great view of the whole grotto complex. A most impressive piece of religious folk art. Still one of my favorites. It does look like they have been restoring it. Here's some wall fragments of geodes that have apparently been removed from some parts. There's even some pieces of the grotto behind this fence at this church building. Yeah, those are all geodes. Thousands of geodes. It's an interesting walled off section. Over on this side of the grotto, there's another statue.
This is St. Joseph's Church, a remarkable Romanesque revival church here in Jasper with a steeple that's 235 feet tall. It was completed in 1880, so it's quite old. And I have been inside before. It has a really beautiful interior, but it's not accessible at the moment, so I'll come back another time and do a more in-depth tour of the church.
Just up the road from the Geode Grotto is this giant popcorn box at Jasper Gift Basket and Popcorn Company. And as far as I'm aware, this is the largest popcorn box in the world. It's about 17 feet tall and can hold a lot of popcorn. Even the popcorn kernels are giant in there.
now stopping off at the Dubois County Courthouse Square in Jasper because they have some Christmas festivities going on today. It looks like they are having O Tannenbaum Days, another callback to the town's German heritage. They're doing horse-drawn carriage rides around the Courthouse Square. The Dubois County Courthouse itself is a pretty cool building. It was built in 1911. In front of the courthouse is the Dubois County Soldiers and Sailors Monument, which actually predates the courthouse, having been erected in 1894. Listed towards the top are the battles of Gettysburg and Vicksburg, and it's topped by a soldier statue. There are also reliefs sculpted into the monument. Not sure what stone they're made out of, but it's a very interesting color. There are also two pieces of World War I era artillery next to the monument. This was the site of the very first courthouse and school in Jasper, which was a log building built on the site in 1830. Santa Claus himself is also at this courthouse in this little hut. There is a gargantuan Christmas tree in front of the courthouse, and the courthouse is a little over 100 feet tall, so that's a very sizable Christmas tree. This is a classic Midwestern courthouse square, lots of historic commercial buildings. Tucked away in a corner of the square is the Astra Theater, with that awesome Greek key pattern lining and the original neon sign. The Astra opened in 1936, but it closed about 20 years ago. However, it was recently reopened as a movie theater again, so that is awesome. I've come back at nighttime to see the Christmas lights illuminating the courthouse square. This is really amazing. So that was the Grotto of Geodes and Christmastime in Jasper, Indiana. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Also take a look at my other videos on folk art environments, roadside attractions, museums, Americana, and much more. Thanks for watching!